And it is raining, and the band is out there in the rain.
A lot of them are in shorts.
What's that? I got plenty of Nuttin. We got plenty of rain. He said, come on, you were doing it better earlier. Well, was it raining earlier?
One guy doesn't even have a shirt.
You need to be whipped into shape, apparently, in the pouring rain. Okay, I think that's enough.
I think it's funny when one instrument keeps going.
There's always the
Kind of
last
it's
guy.
kind of a wisecrack.
Yeah.
He
Just
can't
doesn't
let
wanna
it just
stop.
hang
Yeah.
right there unfinished. He finishes the phrase.
He's a completionist.
No?
Yeah, well, we've been doing this for 25 minutes. I'm
Really?
getting a crick in my neck. Yeah, based on this, 25 minutes. Doesn't that seem amazing?
Yeah.
What an attention span.
More like 5.
See where we are over here. We're over here by Picnic Point. You should know this by now if you're regular watchers of the Althouse video. There's Lake Mendota, and here's Picnic Point. Whoa! Hey! Oh no, that wasn't 25 minutes. That's how much time is remaining. We were only there for 8 minutes. I was gonna say, wow, I've lost all sense of time. And now people just get uglier. He just punched my... No, he just punched
smoked
my
my
cigarette.
eyelid. He just smoked
Punched my cigarette.
Oh.
Mama.
It is. It's stuck here. Sound of Birmingham. Letter from Birmingham Joe.
I know. Stuck inside of Madison with the Birmingham blues again.
Yeah.
Because our friend from the Progressive, Matt Rothschild,
Right.
has been taken off to prison.
Our friend, your friend. I've never met him.
I'm sure he would be friends with you
Oh, really?
because he's, he stands for what's good, being as he's a progressive.
Well, I don't think he would look at me as the guy. I think he would see me as being an evil right-winger.
Maybe you should work on your self-esteem.
No, I don't see myself as evil.
Well,
Brett
you're
Halsey,
projecting. You're attributing
former
this
Mayor Day.
opinion to Matt Rothschild. What did he ever do to you? I'm sure he's a lovely man. I was on the radio one time with him.
I tend to be more charitable than average.
I think you should start with the charitable interpretation and then start deducting points. Pronto. That's from my last.
Uncharitable,
Yeah.
and then I let people earn points. And when I say earn, I mean
Well, you see
struggle.
that's called misanthropy. I think you should refrain from misanthropy. I love everyone until they give me a reason not to.
I don't hate. I'm not saying I hate them. I actually start from more of a neutral point. See, so I mean, I'm sure from your point of view, it looks like misanthropy, but that's because you start from some kind of anthrophile.
Speaking of ants, I read that the heads of ants can be used to treat wounds.
Yeah.
And if it's a really large wound, you got to get a lot of heads of ants.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of that one?
No, but that makes sense. But what good are their heads without the rest of them?
Well, there's some chemical in their head.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's not like you want ants running all around in your
Well,
wounds.
sometimes you do want maggots in a wound, and the maggots.
Maggots are eating the bad
the,
flesh. They only eat the
flesh that is festered.
yeah. They like the rotten stuff, so they won't eat the good stuff. So they're very good at trimming away the worst of the flesh. But these ant heads, obviously the ant is dead. Its head has been removed.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Well, I'm gonna look that up when we get home because I read that in a book.
Look it up. Yeah, make sure the book isn't some kind of.
Yeah, I don't want to
voodoo,
mislead
New
viewers
Age.
into just going in. And I don't know if it's just any old ant or if it's a
Steve
special sort of
Jobs
ant.
therapy.
You were nearly here for a Meade house crash, Meade car crash.
There's never been one.
Meade has never crashed in the car, which is one reason Meade does all the driving. You know what the other reason is?
You're drunk on your ass.
Don't say that.
That's the
Oh.
that's the myth.
You're adding to the myth. Here I am trying to burnish my reputation, saying that I love everyone, and handing out knowledge about how to heal your wounds, and doing my Bob Dylan imitation. And you're saying what did you say? I'm drunk. Did you say drunk off your ass? Did you use that expression, or did I just hear that in my drunken haze? Drunk on your ass. What's the difference between being drunk on your ass and drunk off your ass?
I think effectively it's the same thing. Is this Farley?
Yep. This is Farley, and if we keep going on Farley Drive, we will be in the cemetery where the famous comedian Chris Farley is.
Let's
His
check it out. We've
ashes
got a
are
little time
interred.
to burn.
Yeah, there's a mausoleum in there.
A little time to
With
burn
the-
before your next dose of wine.
Oh, shut up, you bad boy. All right. See what happens when I needle him. He comes up with comebacks. And if you look ahead, there's a cemetery.
And this is the
Resurrection Cemetery.
Here we go. Through the cemetery. Let's check it out.
Okay. We are visiting the dead now.
I guess I can go this way. Nothing says I can't. I think just to be respectful, you go about 5 miles an
Yeah, don't speed through the
hour.
cemetery.
Yeah, that's not. Wouldn't look right.
You know, it's bad to crash into things, but it's especially embarrassing to crash into gravestones. That's not good for your reputation. Also, if you kill yourself in a cemetery, it's ironic. And you decide whether, if you are going to die, do you want irony? You want some irony with that death?
I think Chris Farley would have appreciated a little irony.
I think Chris Farley would appreciate the little irony of that deck. He's got a. What was this? Not sure what that statue. Oh, I know what that statue is. It's Jesus. I know. There's another cemetery on the other side of the Speedway over there. The other cemetery is actually prettier. Not to, put down this cemetery. This is a very nice cemetery. Not so nice that I don't prefer to be alive, but it's a nice cemetery. Yeah, this is older.
It's an older cemetery, isn't it? So the tree.
It's good to notice when the conditions are great for graveyard photography. And I hope that's not disrespectful of the dead. I think if the dead had any awareness of what we're doing in their graveyard, I think they would like visitors. And they would like people photographing things, even if they were highlighting the spookiness or the gloominess. Don't you think?
I don't find it spooky. I find it gloomy, but I don't find it at all spooky.
No, but a photograph you might come to the graveyard at a time when the conditions were right to take photographs that gave off a spooky aura. Right? I mean, if you were going to do graveyard photography, when would you do it?
Anytime at all.
Just a nice sunny day. And,
sure. Why not?
There's the golf course.
There's a hole right there.
Yep.
There's a hole right there. Here people are buried right over here.
Probably some people want to be buried next to the golf course and deliberately bought the sites near the... People like to live near the golf course. Yeah. People like to be dead next to the golf course.
When I die,
we can see why I say this is the prettier of the two graveyards.
Yeah,
it's got
it's
all
more
this,
wooded,
and just the rolling hills. And
yeah, there's the neighborhood.
And there, you can see people have houses that go right along the graveyard.
Yeah. And there's some people with the
man giving his dog a walk.
His dog.
See, what would you think of a house that was right by the graveyard? Would you think this is great because there's open space, or would you think, man, I don't want to think about dead people constantly?
I think it's great. Quiet.
There's a solar panel.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What's wrong with that?
A solar panel in a graveyard. A graveyard has this like old, timeless look to it, and a big old solar panel looks ridiculous. I think. I just aesthetically, it offends me. This is called Forest Hill Cemetery, and the other one is Resurrection. So we still have some great fall colors. The leaves just don't want to go down this year. They're tenacious.
Sun's going to come out this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Should be a
beautiful day for the Purdue game.
Purdue
How does the Purdue
hope my brother comes.
Song go?
Hail, hail to old Purdue.
Could you make that a little more tuneful? What's the state song in Indiana?
The state song is Back Home Again in Indiana, of course.
So especially featuring the people who've left and came back. I think that's undervaluing the people who stayed in Indiana.